So in this video I just want to show you guys how I do my Anki cards, how I make T1 Anki cards, how I get my dictionary definition, how I organize a lot of the cards I make, and everything that is connected to that. First off, I want to go, I've already made a video where I've commented it live. I've now decided to commentate after the fact, after doing it, so I'm not that scatterbrained. I will link the full version of the live commentary down below if you're interested in that. I can't really recommend it. But okay, alright, let's go. So I start off by showing all my windows I have open. I have a 2 monitor setup, so I have open a notepad with new words that I wanna, make a dictionary definition for. Here you can see my Anki. All the blue highlighted cards are Morphman cards that I've mined from my Morphman deck and then put back into my Mio deck, and all the green cards I just unsuspended were cards I've finished yesterday. So these are new cards for tomorrow. You will see what I mean because in a bit I'm gonna start making cards, and yeah. Other windows I have open, obviously Jisho as a Japanese to English dictionary, so I can get my full. If I don't actually know a word, if I can't really look it up, if I don't know what the dictionary definition tries to tell me, I can just look it up in Jisho. Sometimes I like to use DeepL for sentences that have weird grammar, and yeah, obviously an advanced and a Colibri, my Colibri dictionary, which is a monolingual dictionary, JP to JP. So start off here by making the first card of Yosho. I always try to read the sentence in full that the dictionary gives me. Yeah, put it into Jisho, probably checking some words, I don't know. Start off by marking words I'm not too sure about, or I don't think I know. That's pretty much the first step you have to do. Yeah, so just mark the words. Just for the color scheme, I'm gonna go over it, and you're gonna see pretty much every color from green, blue, yellow, and red. Green means the word in question, the word I'm making a dictionary definition for. Yellow means I don't know this word, and red means I don't think I need this word. I think this word is way above what my current level is, so I probably shouldn't learn it, or I should ignore it when I read the card. I rarely put them in, so you just tell me removing part of the sentence, example sentence for this word, for Yosho. And yeah, so I can actually make a T1 card out of this dictionary definition card. The first words I'm gonna mine here today are all words I've encountered in my own SRS, but have either forgotten the pronunciation of, or I just want a good dictionary definition. Sometimes I've, in the past I would use German or English words to describe them, and yeah, I don't think this is it's not sufficient enough for me to understand the word perfectly. So yeah, what I'm doing right now is searching for T1 sentences, because I have 2 new words in this sentence. In my Morphman bank, I have like, I don't know, I think 70,000 cards of like 10 different anime. So pretty much any word that is in current cumulative use, you're gonna find it there. So, but I didn't find any that were only T1, so I have to put both of them in my definition. Yeah, I'm just gonna Well, we'll see. Copy the word. What else? Not now. And if I can, I try to get also words that I don't know. Well, I'm making a different dictionary definition, right? And I also try to get words that I don't know in the dictionary definition to get a dictionary definition for them. So you have 2 layers. I never go below 2 layers. It would actually be well, I think it would. I would make cards for like 3 days in advance or something like that, because the first day I would have to learn the third layer and so forth and so forth. And for that reason, normally I only go 2 layers deep with my dictionary definitions. Just putting the sentence into my add field, so I got the furigana readings. What I recently started doing is that I have in my first meaning and my monolingual cards, my first meaning, I don't have any furigana, so I should know how to pronounce these words. And in a hidden text field, like in a spoiler field, I can click that to actually get like the sentence with the furigana. Yeah, furigana, especially with sentences, the problem is just that the problem is that you get too used to reading furigana, and you don't even look at the kanji anymore. So I'm trying to circumvent that by having like that hidden definition just with the furigana. Just trying to find the next word I'm making a definition for. Hakuryoku, I've encountered this word 2 times, I think. Pretty much know what it means now, but I know it's used in different cases too, in different circumstances, so I still want to make a card of it. A dictionary definition card. Because, it's one thing to have a definition, a German or English word, explaining hakuryoku, impressiveness, I think it means something like that. But in which cases it's used, and actually having it in a Japanese sentence is a whole different story. In many different usages. Yeah, just going to the next word, manigu. Manigu. I know it means something like to invite like a misunderstanding, especially. But I've also seen it in other cases, just meaning to invite, so because of that I'm making a proper dictionary definition. Because these are words I've already mined from my... these are words I shouldn't already know, right? But I still, like they actually come from my SRS. But I want to actually have a proper definition. My requirements for me to actually make this card is that I have 1 unknown word in this card, because otherwise it would be a meaningless card, a card full of words I've already known or should already know, and it would be meaningless for me, at least. Yeah, sometimes I like to put it in Chisho to check the furigana reading and the meaning of the word. I'm not 100% sure about it. Right now that was Aise. I've seen this word, I think I have like 1 or 2 sentences with it. Yeah, but sometimes just need to refresh that memory. So I'm also gonna probably mark it blue. Oh yeah, the colors. Yeah, green means word in question, the word I'm making a dictionary definition for. Yellow means I don't know this word. Blue means I know this word, and I should just, you know, it's like a it's like saying, you know, dude, think about it. You probably know how to pronounce this word, and when you can pronounce it, you probably know what it means. So I'm probably gonna marking eyes in blue. Hiki, of course, is still in yellow because, well, it's my one word that I don't know in the sentence to actually make this T1 card. See, it's a pretty big card. I could have maybe split it up because there's only one unknown word. I think that would, I don't know. I would make at least one card that is empty, you know, empty without new words. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get at least one new word in each sentence. Yeah, again, I had very bad habits before, like maybe a month ago. Still have, that I sometimes do two sentences with two unknowns, or you know, before I did like sometimes even like tremendous cards. I wouldn't even comprehend anything of the sentence. I would have like 5 unknown words, you know. But I would have all like clauses or like what's it called? Yeah, I would try to get like other cards that contain the same word, maybe a different word, you know, link them together, like make a tree more or less. Didn't work that well because, you know, as you can see, I'm still making definitions for words that I actually should know. But I guess in the case for Manigo, which I'm currently doing, is it's the definition that I didn't know already. It has like, at least like 3 definitions, 4 definitions. Yeah, just cleaning out my notepad now. Words I can't find in the dictionary, well, you can't really do anything about that, right? The only thing that you can do then is to search your data bank to maybe find another sentence that contains this word. But often you would have like T3, T5 sentences you can't use those for obvious reasons I've just explained. Kokoro Wal. Yeah, also pretty sure what this word means by now, but when I wrote it down into my notepad, yeah, I wasn't too sure if there were like other definitions too. Maybe I'm gonna focus a little more on the card creation part for this card. Again, read through the whole dictionary definition, put it into my new adding fields, mark the first word as a primary word that I want to learn, and then mark words that I don't know as yellow. So I've looked mega. I'm really bad with pitch accent, even if you show me this, like, you know, this I don't know what's called Heban. It's not Heban. It's exactly the opposite. But I wouldn't know how to pronounce it because it still can't have pitch. It's maybe something I still have to work on. So yeah, putting another dictionary definition for a word I don't know in the dictionary definition. In this case, it's mega, that I don't know in the kokoro mal definition. And as you just saw in the meaning to field, I put it with furigana, so that when I don't know how to read any of the kanji, I can still always have that like hint. But it shouldn't occur too often. Yeah, pitch accents. I've heard a Japanese person speak about what was it called? closed groups, something like that. He was learning English with Refold, and he had like this app, or he maybe programmed himself. I don't remember exactly anymore. He had like these closed groups, and it would just entail, it was just 2 words with R and L, because he had a problem that he couldn't really hear R or L. So flee, he couldn't hear the different pronunciations, obviously, because the R and L is pretty much the same in Japanese. Well, most of the time it's r, it's an R pronunciation of l. Yeah, so he made this app where he just would hear like flee, free, I don't know, different rise, lies, and so forth and so forth. Free. Yeah, and the many these closed groups, and it would just, you get the word, you hear it, and you would tap, and it's either right or wrong. You just do that like for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes maybe. So I thought maybe I'm gonna program something of that, something like that, or like make something like that in Anki. Just there's many words that are pronounced perfectly the same, but just the pitch accent is different. Like the most common, like the one Japanese always talk about is hashi, 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 hashi. And I can't really pronounce it right either. But one means like bridge, and that means chopsticks. Chishin is also something I've encountered that is, I think, pronounced differently, meaning the body itself, or confidence. Not sure about that anymore, but there are many such cases. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna do something like that in the future. Maybe I'm gonna make the deck free to use, because even after 6 months of immersion, it's pretty hard to actually hear pitch accent. So again, we're in the next card, Rinji. What I don't know in the sense is yaru, to employ, or more now. Again, it's always the same procedure. Go through the dictionary, try to read it out. I try to read it out loud. It's probably not that smart, because again, Matt says you fuck up your pronunciation, but I don't think there's a right way to do Refold. I think the base of Refold is just put emphasis on immersion. That's the most important thing. You can probably stick 100% by the Refold method and all the little details. But yeah, I like to read out the sentences in the dictionary, and I also like to read out my cards when I do them in the morning, my Anki cards. Yeah. The reason for that is because I believe maybe my pitch accent is completely off, but I'm still like doing a little shadowing, every day, because of when I go from my cards. And I've also seen people who have been doing Refold or Mia for more than 6 months, especially Americans, people who only who have only learned one language, or only speak one language, and their pronunciation is sometimes so off, not from the pitch accent, just from how the modi are pronounced. Yeah, maybe you can prevent that somewhat when you speak out loud. Also need to cut this part out. So we're coming to not clapped because here's the next part of the video. I had to cut a little Discord notification out. Well, I think I'm done now with my notepads vocab. So no, not saying, I'm still trying to find something. Homiageru. Again, it's a problem if you can't find the dictionary definition, so I just put it in Shisho. And you know what? There are many different written forms of Homiageru. So with a little help of Shisho, I can actually find my word. Otherwise I would have to put on my Japanese keyboard or activate it and type it out. It's just a little easier to do it this way. Pretty famous yoji in here that I've seen but don't know how to pronounce, which is good because I need a T1 for my sentence. Still don't actually know how to pronounce this. Let's see. I really do like the, I don't know, I'm gonna see it later, the yoji komu, something like that. They're just fun to read. I think they're fun to to learn, because kido airaku, and they encompass, it's literally like hieroglyphs. They encompass so much until it's just like these 4 hieroglyphs. Well, what did I see yesterday? Kashoku fuke, I think. Does that sound right? Yeah, I don't remember, but it meant something like the beautiful things in life, and the first 3 countries I remember were flower, bird, and wind. I don't remember the 4th country right now. Yeah, well, very interesting to find out what different kinds of sayings are completely the same in some languages. The most common one, I think, is iseki ni sho, like 1 down 2 words. It's pretty much the same in English, also in German, just a little different. Not birds, but flies. Kill 2 flies. It's like the same. At the same time, something like that in German. 2 Fliegen mit einer Klappe schlagen. Yeah. So again, same procedures every time. So I think the moving around of my Anki is trying to show me that I'm now done with doing notepad, so doing old definitions. So I'm gonna start on my movement. These movement cards, I have a movement deck that I first set up to. Right now I'm going deep on Tengen Toppa Goren Lagan. So it analyzes Tengen Toppa Goren Lagan, and I have like 10 different, as I previously stated, 10 different like anime, 70,000 cards, something around that ballpark. And that deck, like, amazingly, there's so many cards in there. You're gonna find pretty much every word. Yeah, and movement just gives me these T1 sentences. At the beginning, obviously, they were all in katakana, and I just skipped them by pressing K. But like nowadays, it also gives me words and readings of different countries that I don't know. For example, here the todome, which like the finishing blow, Normally, obviously, you would read this kanji to, ya, yam, to, ya, shi is also different reading for it. I'm just gonna go to the next video because I checked Discord during these, so I always have kind of clap to sync my audio back. Yeah, let's see. So where my camera right now is, I normally have like content I passively listen to. VTube is different, you know, maybe what it's called, documentary. Just to have something to do while doing so. Well, so now I am in Anki and I don't have to always find a new word, so because I already have a new word in this one card. So Turame is just a new word. I knew every word that was in the dictionary definition, so I had no problem doing, you know. So I don't have to add any, to make an extra card again for a dictionary definition for the word. I don't actually know if you can actually count this as a monolingual, because I look up a lot of these words, but I obviously don't, or sometimes I put in still German, maybe in like 20, 30, 40% of the cases. But I try to do it as, you know, to do it only when it is truly required, because I don't understand like the dictionary definition, for example. But yeah, still not don't have enough vocabulary to understand. I mean, I get the gist, you know, of dictionary definitions, but I don't get them to 90 or 100%, so I need to actually make dictionary entries for these words. Just looking up a few words. Already learned this word, but yeah, it's never bad to look them up if you're not too sure, I think. Regarding dictionary definitions, well, let's stick to the making of the cards. Well, just I've searched ketobas, and this is like the form where the to is emphasis on to, so ketobas. Different, the dictionary just links you to the actual, you know, official way of writing it. Yeah. Again, I've said this by now, must have said it like 3 or 4 times. Go through the whole sentence, read out loud. For example, ketobas, mata ashi sake de tsuyoku keru. Boru o ketobasu. Uma ni ketobasareru. Yoyoku. Yokyou. Yu, kanyu, nado o toriawanai de. Well, this is what I don't know. Kyohi. Yeah, kyohi suru. Yokyu or ketobasu. Probably a lot of mispronunciations and pitch accents. You know, I'm just an amateur. Even lower than that. But read it out loud. Find the words in it. If I'm done with all the explanation, I put it from my added new card into the movement card. Now just also checking Kikirere, which I don't think I have in my successors, but well, komeru, ireru, kireru. A lot of these always more or less mean the same, just with like different first like verbs placed in front of them. I got a komeru, for example. Recently learned this word, and just literally like, you know, to flow into something. But sometimes sometimes it just means kind of something completely different, very abstract sometimes. So you need to check these. Not too sure exactly what I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, I'm marking it for later, so maybe I can find a sentence for it, so I actually also have it in my data bank. Maybe further cement it, because I didn't actually know it, I just more like guessed, and I guessed correctly. In that case, there's no need to make a card on the spot. Maybe just the next time I have time to do so. Now the important bit is the next word, ichinan. Totsuno sainan, totsuno kikan. Again, excuse my mispronunciations and pitch accent errors. Probably barely even able to, probably not even able to understand what I'm talking about, but now that's the refold method. I don't have any goal or any need right now to speak Japanese. The only goal I started with doing refold is to understand Japanese and to be able to read it. Exactly. Well, to be more concise, the real reason I wanted to learn Japanese in the beginning is because I just wanted to enjoy anime to a higher degree, because I didn't want to look at subtitles. I could do that now, or I could have done that 6 months ago, but I wouldn't have gotten the story, and you want the whole package, right? So that is my big goal, more or less, my first big goal for Japanese, to be able to watch anime just without any subtitles, to enjoy the whole experience without always looking down, to be able to like really, you know, to really get immersed in the sound and the animation, Sakuga animation. Yeah, that's my first Olympic goal. Again, same as every time. First off, I always just marked that the meaning in green in my movement. Put it into, if I see this example, for example, when I read the dictionary definition, I already saw a word I didn't know. So I just put it into a new field in my add card, put a whole sentence in, mark all the unknowns, you know, translate all the unknowns, so put also the dictionary definitions for the unknowns. What I'm currently doing. Modify the sentence, leave out parts I actually don't know, to have a T1 sentence at max. For dictionary definitions, in dictionary definitions, I need to know every single word, so T1, T0 sentence actually. I also want to you know, if you have like a video on how you do this, I'm very interested. Maybe to improve how I'm doing it. There's probably 1,000 different ways. I would guess that most people only have like one monitor. You really should get a second one. Even like if you have enough desk space and maybe lying around like $100 lying around, $50 lying around. So like get a bad used one. Mine is also like old model. It's not even like full HD. It's just HD, I think. Oh, it's 1980 1980 by 1080, so I guess it's full HD. But It's more than enough. You really need at least 2 monitors to make cards efficiently, I think. You need the space and to be able to read single characters, especially in Japanese, where sometimes you have characters that are just unreadable when you have like really tiny windows. Nowadays I don't even think I need like this big setup. I probably wouldn't need DBL. I've used it a lot before. Just, you know, to get a really rough translation in German or English. Don't do this at all anymore. It's more just an old habit that dies hard, right? Yeah. So not just checking how many words I've already made. 19 so far, 6 to go. Obviously don't want to make too many words, no too many sentences. No reason to do that. To do that. Would just be a waste of time. Yeah. First off, searching the word in, because I've already seen this. So in a card I made yesterday for Tengen Toppa, which is a great word. Great. I don't think it would be called a Yoji because there's 2 different words, but yeah. So I'm just gonna delete it because I already have this word in my data bank. Next up, let's see. うちの父親父に認められるにはそんぐらいやないそんぐらいやんないとダメなんで。Yeah, but what Wolfman thought I didn't know is son. I believe it's just different way of speaking sonogurai. So I look it up in the dictionary. I obviously see a lot of Seiko kanji that can be pronounced son. But not what I was actually looking for. Sonogurai, or sono. Probably would have found it if I scrolled a lot further, but yeah, you know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this means something completely different in this regard, but you can comment if you're more advanced in Japanese than me. Songurai. I would think that it means, you know, I also look it up with Rikaikon now, so son. Just a more casual way of saying sonogurai. Shinpei Shogun, Jigoku e yokoso. Jigoku e yokoso. Jigoku e yokoso. Shogun. Heard this word a lot. Never saw the reading for it. Again, many different anime. Just now it was Shokugeki no Soma. Now Senki. I've also put a lot of different decks in, where I knew that the emphasis was different. For example, I put Shokugeki no Soma in because I thought I could find a lot of food items or like ways of cooking and stuff like that. I put in Senki and Code Geass because I've seen this anime a lot of times, and it also contain a lot of military language, military slang, I guess. It's not really slang, like specialized vocabulary. And yeah, I also have Dr. Stone in there, a little bit of chemistry, physics, you know, more or less the whole sciences. What else? Yeah, obviously I have the deck in that I'm deep diving in, Tengen Toppa Rendagan, which has a lot of digging vocabulary, which is also fun. Digging, fighting, I don't know, later probably going into space. Let's see. Just trying to remember all the decks I have in there. Look them up maybe. Yeah, for different purposes, you know. I also have Psychopaths in there because I thought Psychopaths. I thought that Psychopaths, if you know every single word in Psychopaths, you have like it contains like 90 or 95% of the N1 words. So GLTP N1 contains 90 to 95% of all the words, like in 26, 27 episodes, which is amazing. I don't know how many words these are, but like they have to be in the thousands, like 7, 8,000 words, just standalone words, which is amazing, you know. So if all other anime fail, I'm probably gonna find a word in Psychopaths. That's what I thought, and the way I added it into my movement database. Let's see here. Yeah, I also added Spicy Wolf just for like the economics, a little bit of politics. Main focus there on economics. So Shisho Tokan. No, that's not a word. I learned Shisho recently. Tosho, something like that. And yeah, he's gonna find some. I also put other animated I've like watched 1,000 times. Sarui Suzumiya, for example. I think I've watched this anime before. I've rewatched it, I guess, for 6, 7 times already. Especially the movie. Great movie. Great, best movie out there, honestly. Best anime movie I know. What else? Yeah, not really anything else. Just a few, you know, random ones. Well, in this sentence, the new word is meshi. Meshi. I've heard you hear it all the time when there's no keigo involved, no formality. Meshi, okay. You hear it all the time, but I didn't know you write it with the same kanji as Gohan. Gohan is just the same kanji and the go before them. So yeah, I don't exactly remember if I did a definition for this. Let's see. I did, because of the reading. Yeah, if I don't know the reading of a kanji, obviously, you know, you have to make a card, even if you know even if you hear and know what it means, recognize this in like a spoken way, still have to be able to read it. That's the pain of Japanese and Chinese. I'm sure other languages too, but those are two most common. It's not just that you have to be able to read it, you also have to be able to hear it, be able to write it maybe. I mean, not in the Refold way. I can maybe write 300-400 kanji. Definitely try. If I'm gonna take the JLTP one in like a year or a year and a half, definitely wanna do RTK again. I wanna be able to write all these characters. Even if most Japanese people even can't, you know, write all of 2,000, but I would say they can at least write like 1,800 or 1,900. Horidas. Yeah. Just next word, or you know, I'm not gonna say the phrase again. The main takeaway from this video is anyway that you know, maybe the first 10 minutes. But if you also have a video that where you explain something like this, I would be very interested to watch it, because you can always learn something. Obviously you break like, I don't know, immersion for like 5 to 10 minutes. You can always speed it up. mute it and just put on subtitles. But you know, if you had if you have what was it? If you have 8 hours to fell a tree, the first 6 hours you sharpen the axe. That's the most important step, preparation. I mean, I think I wouldn't use 6 hours, but 2 hours are enough. Maybe even 1. But if you're gonna do something for long as time, and if you dedicate it into Refold, you're gonna do that. This is not this other learning methods, but I feel like, I don't know, Japanese podcast 101 or what else, like the Genki books and stuff. They're way more casual, you know. I mean, obviously you can decide the degree you do Refold to myself, so and I do it not casual, I do it hardcore, yeah. I guess I do it hardcore. So a lot of new sentences from Tengen Toppagen Lagan, as I've mentioned before. Deep diving into this anime. Also currently watching it and rewatching it, and I'm gonna rewatch it. Right now I'm doing it without subs. Maybe gonna do it again with subs. Maybe in a few weeks, when I've been through all these words. Still have like 500 unknown words, at least movement tells me that. So that's gonna take like at least 20 days. At least, because I also add my own sentences. Yeah. I think these deep dives are very effective. If you have the time and tenacity to do so, because at a certain point it becomes very repetitive. I don't usually like to rewatch shows 2 times in a row. Not in such a short period, with such a short interval. Yeah, and trying to get just focusing on the card again. Trying to get like dictionary definition for Siki. Siki. Just put it, and now I make the meaning 2 for this card. So I have to Frigana, search it again in my SRS tag, and put it down there. So yeah, I've added like I've looked up how to make like this hidden fields. Literally just, you know how you in Anki, when you change like node types, you can like change like Frigana and then a double, what is it called, double point, not what it's called, to put 2 points. I don't know what it, I don't know. Very yeah. And you just add hint, double point, and then Frigana double point, so you could like click it, and then you get like a spoiler tag, and from Discord or like other SNS type stuff, Yeah, I knew all of the words in this. I don't know exactly why I've mined it for my movement deck. I could maybe show that, but it's really not something that's interesting. Just, I hear the sentence of like the card type when there's a sentence without Frigana, and also the word in the movement things, I don't know, and the focus vocab, I believe it's called. So I just have these 2, and if I know every word in the sentence and I know this focus, I'm just pressing K to let movement know, put it in the data bank. I know this word, I know how to write, I don't know, I know how to pronounce it, I know how to read it. Well, I've just looked again at my cards. I have 25 cards, so I've made all my cards. What I'm now gonna do is search for new kanji in these cards. I keep my RTK. Still have my RTK deck, even 4 months later, because as I've stated in my video, I had like, you know, all the new kanji I counter and SRS I just put in there to have like in the morning. I do like 30 reps, and it's done in 10 minutes, just to always keep like the kanji at least somewhat in my mind. I think I have like a fail rate of 90 or 85, which is pretty bad, but yeah. You have the added benefit that you also learn a word, and you learn a word for this kanji and also the kanji, so it sticks a lot better. Even better than the stories. Well, at some point you just, you know, you get this feel for kanji. You also get this feel for how they're pronounced, because like what was it, like 60% of kanji are like pronounced by the second part, and the first part is just telling you what is connected to. I don't remember the specific word for this. Yeah. So just gonna add words I think I don't know, kanji I don't think I know, and also kanji that I haven't seen in a while. I'm gonna reschedule them so they become new, so I don't have to actually. So after I did my RTK, I got like this kanji deck. It's called, I don't know exactly what it's called, so I'm gonna see in a second. Yeah, all in one kanji. And if I don't actually know a kanji and it's completely new and it's not in my recognition RTK, I just get it from the all-in-one kanji deck that you can find if you just search for it, and put it into my recognition RTK deck. So I have it there, and then the next day in counter it, I also make a story for it, and yeah, find some words. Also the word I found it from. So this word is completely new. You see, all-in-one kanji deck. Just move it over to the recognition RTK, unsuspended, so it's ready to be able to be learned tomorrow. Yeah, I knew this word. I knew 3 of these words that I've looked up, but yeah, Seiki. I've even had like another word that I did today where it was used, Konseki. Yeah. So now I'm done. Just closing Anki. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope you could take something away from this, maybe for the first 10 minutes. And yeah, I also have a different video where I actually I'm a lot more well, I'm not more scatterbrained, I'm always scatterbrained, but I do have actually live commentary right now. I'm commentating after the fact, so I'm commentating as I'm doing my card, so it's really scatterbrained. And I swear a lot, what else not. But yeah, I'm gonna link it. It's unlisted. I don't think if you could immerse, you should probably watch something else. There's only one exception to that if you maybe immerse in English, but I'm not a native speaker, you know. So yeah. Again, thanks for watching, I guess. See ya.